Welcome again to Insight Meditation Community of Charlotte. I'm Debbie George, one of your Dharma leaders. And this might be an auspicious, it looks like we might have more people in person than on Zoom. That's kind of cool. It's a new day. Well, if you want to stretch and look around and smile. I'm happy to share this topic tonight. Welcome, Zoomers. Glad you're here. So last week, Clyde gave a wonderful talk on karma. You can find it on our YouTube channel. But if you were here, you heard him mention the topic for tonight, which is the 5 remembrances. And the 5th is karma, which is what he talked about last week. So my question is, why bother with the 5 remembrances? What's the deal with them? So this is a teaching from the Buddha. This is again, not the religion, the historical teacher, the Buddha, that really has potential to support us day to day. The 5 remembrances are regular reminders of the truths of how life is. And they help me to keep my priorities straight, to keep me connected with others, cutting through what seems a lot of differences I might have with other people. We have a lot in common. It makes me kinder and gentler and more forgiving of myself and others. And it helps me just avoid sweating the small stuff in life. I practiced this a number of years ago for a period, but I really didn't understand it then. I now really see that it's really a central teaching of the Buddha, and I'm going to explain that. So everybody here, you've got a little piece of paper with the 5 remembrances, and Zoomers, it's just a couple clicks away. You can search the 5 remembrances and have your list. You don't need it for tonight. I'm going to be repeating them. Those are. So it's the Upajjhatana Sutta. It's in the Anguttara Nikaya 557. And briefly, it's that all living beings, including myself, are of the nature to age, to get sick, to die, to be separated from what I cherish most, and to be heir to my karma. It's the boomerang effect. What I put out, I'll get back. So that's in short. And it's, again, not a peripheral teaching. It's actually Buddhism in a nutshell. So I'm back to this daily reflection since I was preparing for this talk, and it's finding it to be very rich. The first 3, aging, sickness, and death, are sometimes called the 3 divine messengers. They're really what drove the Buddha to become the Buddha. He saw aging, sickness, and death, and wanted to find the purpose of life. How do we prevent the suffering? How do we suffer less when we have this predicament? The 4th remembrance speaks to impermanence. Everything's always changing, and to suffering, that everything and everyone changes, and everything's uncertain. Nothing's certain. What is for sure is that we'll be separated from what we cherish at some point. And the fifth speaks to the law of karma. So this is in the first of the Noble Eightfold Path. It is, we reap whatever we sow up there. So step one is really waking up to these realities. So none of this is news, right? I haven't told you anything yet. We know it here, don't we? We know. I mean, we know. How many here has great-grandparents alive? Raise your hand. Oh, no one. How about grandparents? Okay, a few. Okay, parents. A few more. Where did everybody go? We're going where they went. So here's the Wikipedia translation that I like. So number one, I'm sure to become old. I can't avoid aging. I'm sure to become ill. I cannot avoid illness. I'm sure to die. I cannot avoid death. I must be separated and parted from all that is dear and beloved to me. I'm the owner of my actions, heir of my actions. Actions are the womb from which I've sprung. Actions are my relations. Actions are my protection. Whatever actions I do, good or bad, of these I shall become the heir. So how do I live with these facts? How do I absorb them more in my life? And how can this daily reflection reduce my stress and increase my happiness, which is the aim of Buddhism, right? Reduce our stress, suffering, and increase our happiness. So I'm going to tell you. So first, think about the times in your life, you may like to close your eyes, when you felt deeply at peace. Just some moments, truly satisfied, completely secure, without any desire for anything. In those moments, feeling whole and complete. In Buddhism, this is the highest form of happiness. Each day, in alignment with reality, our intentions will tend toward letting go of whatever causes me or others stress. We're all subject to aging, sickness, and death, and every single one of us wants to be happy. Getting in touch with the fact that I like to be happy. And so do all these people driving with me on this highway, shopping with me in this grocery store, waking up in the morning and going to sleep, not everyone in a bed. We all want to be happy. I wish this for me, for them, for everybody. May we all be free from suffering and have happiness and the causes for happiness. Meeting myself and others with compassion and loving kindness becomes natural, given all of our circumstances. We're all in this boat. And it's the karma I wish to generate. Okay? It's the boomerang I want to throw out there. If I don't get real with this precarious circumstance called life and pretend it's the reality, not the reality for me, I can waste my energy, my time, my resources, and it's stressful denying what's true. So let's take a look at each And I see myself in the ways I deny or fight the realities and the ways I've learned to accept. And maybe you'll see yourself in both sides. It's not. So I'm the nature to age. I cannot avoid getting old. So the denial of aging, maybe some of you can relate. Fighting it, fighting aging. Cosmetics, cosmetic surgery, Botox, serums. I'm not saying I'm just saying dyes, critical examinations in the mirror, full of disappointment. Focusing on what's going away, like mental sharpness, remembering names, being able to move a mountain in a day. Letting it make you depressed so that you stop. Sometimes some people maybe stop taking care of themselves. Start throwing in the towel, eating more, sitting more, watching more TV, or vow to fight aging, even if it makes you miserable. Acceptance of aging, taking good care of yourself to try to stay healthy. Exercise, eat right, keep stress low. Expect skin to wrinkle and loosen and hair to change. So I didn't dye my hair white, by the way. It's okay. Realize you've earned it. Celebrate the laugh lines. Getting old is a privilege not everyone gets. Be glad to be slowing down. Enjoy the delight of a nap. Enjoy the gift of each day and season. Strive to accept the processes of aging with grace. Now, it sounds like this is only about people who are already on in years. So when I look at my 21-month granddaughter, I think all that she's going to go through as she ages in her life. And she's in this boat. She's aging every day, you know. And life is difficult, even for a little kid. Life's challenging. So we strive to accept the processes of aging, no matter where we are on the continuum. People in their 20s, if they're not where they think they should be, their 30s or 40s. So number 2, I'm of the nature to become ill. I cannot avoid getting sick. Denial of getting sick. If I do all the right things to care for my body, I will not become ill. I have control over my health. If I get sick, I did something wrong. I feel it's unfair if I get sick. Why me? What did I do to deserve this? Accepting getting sick. I take good care of my health because it's not guaranteed. I try to eat healthy, exercise, keep my mind and body calm. It's part of your health regime, calmness, through meditation or prayer or whatever. I'm grateful for my good health while I have it. I could become ill unexpectedly. 3, I'm of the nature to die. I cannot avoid dying. Denial of our death. We put off doing important life work. I'll repair that relationship later. I'll forgive them later. I'll carry the burden of hatred because I have plenty of time for happiness later. I don't want to give up my stuff. It's mine and I'll keep it for as long as I can. We have a crazy relationship to our death. We're not aware that we're in denial. So here's a little peanuts for you. Charlie Brown and Snoopy are sitting and talking. Charlie Brown says, you know, Snoopy, one day we're going to die. And Snoopy says, yes, and all the other days we're going to live. So that's why we want to get real. We don't acceptance. Let's go to acceptance of our death. I don't know when I will die, so I can't waste time on petty grievances, grudges. I'll make the effort to forgive myself and others today. I vow to be generous now and practice letting go. If I die tomorrow, which I may, I want to die knowing I was as loving and kind as I could be. Since I could die anytime, I intend to live with joy right here and now. And here's a quote by Muriel Spark. Without an ever-present sense of death, life is insipid. And the fourth truth, remembrance, all that is dear to me and everyone I love are subject to change. There's no way to escape being separated from them. Denial, taking for granted the people and things we cherish as if it will always be this way. Denial, overworking, overbusyness, missing opportunities to be fully present with those we love, putting off appreciation for what is here and now. Thich Nhat Hanh, quote, when you love someone, the best thing you can offer is your presence. How can you love if you're not there? So acceptance, daily meditation or practices for being as present and aware as possible, knowing everything's constantly changing. A regular practice of gratitude, knowing that change is underway here and now and will be separated from what and those we love. We do whatever we can to bring our A game now, today. Practicing compassion and kindness toward myself, I then offer it naturally to others. 5, I am the last one. I'm the owner of my actions, heir of my actions. Actions are the womb from which I've sprung. Actions are my relations. Actions are my protection. Whatever actions I do, good or bad, of these I shall become the heir. So this denial of karma, the boomerang effect, I don't buy that my actions, thoughts, and speech come back to me, so I don't give it credence. Of course, there are consequences for our actions, but that's concern for law enforcement, ministers, spouses, parents. I try to be a good person, but I can't help it when people drive me to behave badly. Sitting in meditation is what it is. Regret, resentment, judgments come and go. It's just what it is. Can't do anything about it. So acceptance of karma, the boomerang effect, I'm motivated to plant seeds of goodness today, knowing that what I sow, I will harvest. I try to cultivate mind states of compassion and loving kindness regularly, inclining my mind towards positive, healthy, and away from negative, harmful, feels good now. Instant karma. When I make mistakes, I'm quick to forgive myself and make amends with the other person. And James Baldwin has this thought. People pay for what they do, and still more for what they have allowed themselves to become. And they pay for it very simply, by the lives they lead. So Kun Franz is a Soto Zen priest who wrote an article for the Lion's Roar last March, a year and a half ago. And the article is Buddhism's 5 Remembrances are wake-up calls for us all. And in it, he cautions us to avoid the trap of thinking that this is all about somehow perfecting ourselves. Okay, he says, maybe in the future, there's a better you, a wiser you, a more compassionate you. But in this moment, you don't need to focus on that at all. Just don't lie to yourself about the nature of your life. That's what these 5 are saying. Remember every day. Let them be the air you breathe. Metabolize them. And then, whatever you choose to do with your life, the actions you choose to take will come from that place of total honesty, of total transparency. So thank you for considering this as a daily practice. And I'd love to hear back from you if you're inclined to tell me how it goes, if it does go. So thank you for your attention. Appreciate it.